like to talk to you a little bit about our partnership. Elizabeth is married with 5 children. I'm married with 3. Elizabeth's principal of the Zonke Sizwe Secondary School. She's got a budget of about 1.2 million rand to look after. I run a company that's a manufacturing company with a 950 million rand turnover. Elizabeth's got about 15 degrees. I've only got 1. Elizabeth lives in Vosloorus. I live in Bryanston. She's a black Sotho woman. I'm an English white male. And she enjoys traveling. She says she likes camping, so I also like camping. We're hoping one day to go camping together. That'll be a new thing. If we go to one of the resorts up in the northern Transvaal, that'll be fun. And so the reason why we put that up there is just to show how we are really come from very, very different worlds. And it's been a real privilege working together.
Why did we decide to come together? As South Africans, you can decide whether you want to add value, or you want to stand somewhere look, or you want to subtract it. And we decided that for us to make change in the space where we are, we have to have a face and we have to add value. You can't be in a fence. You have to decide to be part of the program. Right. So Graham comes from the background where he has lots of resources, as you had 950 million, and I only have 1. Right. Our school is an under-resourced school. We are operating at a socio-economic challenge place, and PFP came handy to us because it was just a bridge between the two of us. But we pride ourselves with our community, that our community is the most respecting learners. Our school is the most beautiful one, and we have capabilities. Go on.
Yeah, I think from my side of that canyon, really there is, in South Africa, I think there's an abundance of money in terms of people wanting to make money available, companies make money available for worthy causes. But very often, and there's abundance of people as well who want to get involved, but very often those things that we've written, they're fear. Probably fear is one of the biggest things. How do I get involved? What do I do? If I do something, is it going to help? And so fear and the different worlds that we come from, the cultural differences, all of that contributes to make it quite difficult to kind of go across that bridge. And we really think that PFP is a fantastic mechanism by which you can do that.
One of our learners who's present today had a scholarship to Armenia. Armenia is a country below Russia, adjacent to Turkey. So he had a scholarship for 1.4 million because he was the best performing with an average of 98% physical science. He won a scholarship to Armenia in the World United Colleges. That is the college where Prince Charles and all the people have attended. So he's at present attending there now. He has completed his first year, and on his arrival there, his average was 69%, and at present he has finished his first year and at the average of 80%. We had a dinner, the breakfast, and we needed 20,000 to be able to take him across, and with the luggages and the money that he had to spend. Graham with the group, they assisted us, and we fundraised 38,000 rand on that day. At present, he's on a recess. He will go back in August this year. And the second one, we had the whole school evaluation at Poly Oak, where all the teachers were present in the ceremony. And after that, we had the excursion to the factory. It was interesting how teachers So all of them from different perspectives. The physical science, they could see mechanical engineering. Those who are doing maths, calculating, the business side, and so on. And it was a beautiful partnership because we also needed exposure more than anything. So it was a privilege for us as a school to visit the plant. Most of all, at that time, our learners had a, business school, where they were taught how to write the CV and what is it that they should have into their CVs if they have to be considered for employment. The staff function. Okay.
If I don't take over, she'll do all the talking. So I think the staff function, Elizabeth organized a function which I thought was absolutely fantastic, where she honored her teachers for their outstanding achievements. She arranged a number of speakers. I was the only white oak there in a whole hall full of black people. In fact, the MC said that I stuck out like a sore thumb, but I had a great time, I must say. We also attended the 5 days, the PFP training days, and those were very valuable to both of us. Elizabeth even came home with me at night, much to the I don't know, shock and horror of everybody else. But I did have her husband's permission and also my wife's permission. So.
Right. For the flawless consulting, we had to redesign the job description of educators and to do the contracting. The contracting, always we think as if it's a legal thing that you have to do. But when you engage people and you ask them what can they offer and what do they expect from the school, you can actually know what your teachers need and how to go forward with everything. So we signed contracts and we had a commitment for the year. It is worth mentioning that our school, initially, we had 32% results in 2009. And last year, our school was at 86%. By the way, with Elena at Armenia, United Nations. Not to mention, not to forget our educator who went to the USA to participate to compare, through Teach South Africa, to compare the challenges that we have in the global, the universe. Right, you take that one.
I think it was alluded to earlier, but we really do feel that we've just scratched the surface. We've just, to build a relationship and to run through it, it takes a while to develop that relationship. We feel we've just scratched the surface and that there really are endless possibilities in terms of what we can achieve going forward.
The low-hanging fruits. We still have a lot to go on, but we are not going to reinvent the wheel. Our partners in the Partners for Possibility, they have designed a program for financial management, which they have promised us that they will give it over to us. And that's why our relationship dinner cannot end today. We still have to continue for another 3 years together. We have the newly appointed SGP, which we feel that we must also do the training. Our food gardening we already had, but we had limited resources. And through the connection of the network itself, we will be able to go on. Right, this one you said you want to do.
Prospectus, again, it's something that one of the other teams have come up with, just in terms of how we can advertise the school to donors. We're looking at HR interns. We're looking at the rollout of the work readiness program. There literally are hundreds of items we can get involved in. And one of the things I think is, what did we get out of it, or what did I get out of it? I just put a quote there: social fabric is created one room at a time, the one that we are in at the moment. That's a quote from Peter Block. And I really think that is what this is all about. I've been exposed to people that I normally never would sit around a table with. We spent 2 days together, as I think Johan said, sitting close to each other and sharing our innermost secrets and hearts. And it's a difficult thing to do, but wow, it's been amazing. It really has been an amazing experience.
How the program has impacted on us. Okay, the program has impacted in us that all we needed as a community, Zonkis, is we needed exposure. We don't want donations. We want to achieve them all by ourselves. And it is pleasing to say we have already started. Our learners in the international space and our educators, we believe we can go more and contribute a lot to the South Africans. I thank you.
So we're eating this elephant one little bite. We've eaten the bottom right-hand leg, and we're going to eat the rest of it going forward.
Is our time over? Right, I don't think our time is over when we haven't shown you the photographs. However, during the lunch, I think we will put the slide of our school so that you can see how beautiful our school is, and to have every chance to create normal and working class in the place where we are. We believe in ourselves, and we believe we can do it. I thank you.